So again, welcome everybody. Yeah, I think that many of you, they might have seen me yesterday or today, but maybe you don't know who I am or what I do. So just very briefly, some information about myself. So my name is Anja, and for a couple of years now I have this like funny name, Anja from Alemania, spelled the Spanish way. Yeah, the story behind is just that my sister's boyfriend is British, and every time I got home, every time I went to Germany, he just used to say, "Oh, you're back, Anja from Alemania," because I live in Mexico, so I guess that was the only word he knew in Spanish, and that's why. Yeah, so who am I? I founded about 3 years ago Zalo Languages. We also have the logo here. And the Zalo Language is a language institute, and we offer classes in Mexico as well as online classes. We currently have 9 languages that we offer, and I guess the most important is that we work exclusively with native teachers, because we focus a lot on the speaking part. For me, the languages that I have learned so far, I've learned them really through speaking. I'm not the best person to like study at home and reading books and learning a language that way. For me, when I want to learn a language, I really need to take classes and speak as much as possible. I do a lot of workshops and conferences in general, so events like this Poliglotar, I've been to a couple of those in Europe, and also in Canada. I do a lot of conferences as well at universities in Mexico. So my aim with Anja from Alemania is really to inspire people and basically to show everybody that it is possible to learn languages. Maybe you get this as well when you tell about the languages that you speak, and people say like, wow, right? And it's like, wow, but you were not born like this, right? So I wasn't. I grew up in a very, in an environment that was German and German as well. So yeah, I wasn't born speaking various languages. It was really also work behind this. And basically this is always my message, that really everybody can do this. And there's always this funny story that people say, life is too short to learn German, right? Do you know that? Honestly, I've been teaching German now for 10 years, and German is not that difficult, really not, believe me. And it's an amazing language. I work a lot as a language coach as well, so this is not really about teaching grammar. It is more about like showing strategies, because I really believe that if you want to learn a language, you need to find your own strategy. So you cannot really copy my strategy, for example, because, well, we're all individuals. And so, well, when I work as a language coach, I help people finding their ways of learning a language. And yeah, I started this year our new program called Burn&Learn. And basically, you can see it already here. Burn&Learn is about combining physical exercise with mental activity, in this case, vocabulary learning. You will see the effects a little bit today. But so far, any questions about me, my life, my personality? You can, you don't need to ask only at the end. You can also ask now, because otherwise they're just...
What are the 9 languages that you have there in your Zalo?
Okay, so the question is, what are the 9 languages? So we're currently teaching German, which is our strongest language, Spanish for foreigners, English, French, Portuguese, Italian, Mandarin Chinese, Russian, and Nahuatl. Nahuatl is one of the indigenous languages that we started very recently this year, like maybe 2 months ago. And amazing to learn Nahuatl, and that was also was also part of the motivation why I wanted to do this program, because Nahuatl is actually, so when you all speak Portuguese, and when you learn Spanish or French, vocabulary learning is not the most difficult part in this case, right? But in Nahuatl, this has nothing to do with Spanish, nothing to do with French or Portuguese. So the words that I have to study in my Nahuatl classes, they're completely different. So I have to find a way to remember them. And Burn and Learn is one of the ways that I can highly recommend. Any question about myself or about the? Yeah, there was one question.
So, well, I have very relevant questions for Brazilian fans and possible stalkers. Are you married?
Am I married? No. No, and I don't want to get married. I do have a boyfriend, though, yeah. But no, I'm not married. Hopefully never. You never know. Social pressure, right? Any other question? No. Okay, great. Okay, so let's continue. I have, I think I have all the titles in Portuguese as well, just so that you can follow. In case your English is maybe not fluent enough, you can at least like read a little bit the titles. So why did I start this whole thing? Because I really like exercising, and for me, doing exercise and learning a language, those two things have a lot in common. And I've realized that when I started working as a language coach, and some people do not know what a language coach is, so I always compared it to the job of a fitness coach, because everybody knows what a fitness coach is, right? And I say it's basically the same, because a fitness coach is not going to do the workout for you. You need to do it yourself. But the fitness coach is going to show you how to do your exercises, gives you advice. Also, when you work by yourself and you say, oh, tomorrow 6 a.m. I will go running. This is for sure. I'm going to go running at 6 a.m. And then the next day, he says, no, no way. Well, this happens to many people. What do you say? 6 a.m. next morning, it's maybe cold outside or it's raining, and so people stay in bed and say, no, I better sleep. Yeah. And so a coach would basically just knock at your door and say, let's go, and motivate you, right? And here we have also the same excuses that people use. So as you know, when people, well, I guess you also get this a lot, that people say, oh wow, you speak so many languages, and they kind of admire you. And then they say like, oh, I would also like to learn languages, but, right? But, and then there's always this but, and this but always exists in life. And that's the same for fitness, basically. For example, here, honestly, is this a perfect room to do exercise, to do a workout today? No, it's not. Is that a reason not to do exercise? No. So we will definitely also do some exercise today, so I can show you a little bit what is behind this program. So the excuse is one part, and another part is this willpower when you want something, right? It's often the case that, you know, like, oh, New Year's Eve, a new year starts, right? And then you have this list what you want to do and change in 2019, and then you subscribe maybe for a fitness center, or you buy the language book of the language that you wanted to learn, and then it lasts how long? 2 weeks maybe, right? Do you know this feeling? I do it myself, so I guess this is also why. So for both, for fitness and for language learning, we need willpower. We see this a lot, that we have this like motivation drop after, well, depends on the people and on the situation, but usually after 4, 5, 6 weeks usually. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, also another point is the perseverance. It's obviously, so let's say you want to work out your body, and then you say, oh, I would like to have one of those 6-packs, right? That all those top models always show on Instagram. You want this? Who does not? Another thing could be you say, oh, I would like to learn Chinese, right? But you're not going to learn Chinese in any program that is going to promise you learn Chinese within 6 months or whatever. It's not going to happen, really. It's not going to happen. So this is the same when where you see like those advertisings on Facebook or Google or whatever telling you, okay, get your 6 packs in 3 weeks. No, it's not going to happen. So perseverance is a very important point. Okay, now my question for you. Have you ever done this before? Like language learning combined with exercise? And while you answer my question, I would like to start a little bit the warm-up. So please all stand up. We were sitting the whole day. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. And it's just like the first part, the warm-up. It's not too much. Okay, so while we talk now, we're just going to do circles with our arms. Okay, you do both, or let's do just the one arm and then the next one. That's also fine. Okay, so who has ever done this? Combined language learning with fitness exercises or with running or whatever? Anybody? Yeah? Just for counting. In which language did you count? Esperanto. Great. Okay. And you also said you had a
running while listening like podcasts and something like that.
Great. Great.
I already went cycling. Singing songs in
Cycling. Great. There is even people having those like waterproof earplugs, so they even do it in the water when they swim or something. You're getting tired with your arms? Okay, then do it the other way around now. Okay. Left arm, and then we're done with the arms, I guess. Okay, so why did you do this, basically? Can you tell me maybe a little bit? Now we do another exercise a bit more for the body. Meanwhile, it's basically you take a step behind, and you swing your arms with that. So it looks like this. Okay? Easy. And it's important that you really move the whole body, because this is very important for the back as well, okay? So move your body. Great. Yeah, guys, this is good that we see this already, because you guys, you don't have space there. So look here. Come with me. My stage is your stage. Come here, here's plenty of space. Come on. Don't be shy, don't be shy. There's the video, but if they're filming me, they should also film you. Great. Also in the back, great, perfect. Perfect.
Olá, perninha para trás, contrai o bumbum.
Yeah. Okay, so we do this again. And move your back as well, okay? We want to warm up the whole body. Okay, so those 3 people, or anybody else who has already done this, listening to podcasts or something, why have you done this? What was the idea behind this? Can you tell me? Concentration. Did you feel the better concentration?
Yes, I tried.
Good. So better concentration, exactly. Okay, who said the one with the bicycle? Who did it while riding a bicycle? Who was that? Why did you do this?
Well, actually it was just because I like to sing songs in English.
Great, we changed the exercise. Now the idea is to warm up the legs a little bit and to really try to touch your, I've learned this in Portuguese, you say boom boom, right? So try to touch the boom boom. It's my favorite word, I guess. Okay, so what did you say? Why did you do this?
Just because I like to sing songs in English, I had it on my cell phone, and I would cycle through the trails and sing the song that were playing in my cell phone.
Okay, well, yeah, that's cool, great. Yeah, basically, this is very often the reasons that you just said. Well, the advantages of doing this is basically that you really see better results. You were talking about concentration, and this is exactly it. you definitely will see better results today as well when you learn your German vocabulary later. It's also for the well-being. So basically, when you feel good, you're getting tired already? This is just warm-up, guys. It's real exercise, right? Okay. Yeah, it's actually a great experience when you do this. For example, you can say, which language did you listen to the podcast when you were cycling? Yeah, for me it's very often the case when I do this workout, I do it like from 60 to 90 minutes in the morning, and the other way around. Don't give up, guys. I do it from 8 to 9 more or less, or 7:30 to 9, and then at 9 a.m. in the morning I can already say, wow, I did like 90 minutes of workout plus my vocabulary learning of today. That's awesome. Okay, great. So warm-up, how do you feel? Good? Warm? That was the idea. Great. Okay. So we will definitely use this space here. So this is an exercise really for you. And the most important that I always tell all my students is really, so some people might not, there's a lot of people who told me, I actually never like really work out, so I feel kind of like embarrassed. Guys, we're all this, don't you feel like this polyglot community is also like kind of a family, we trust each other, right? Okay, they're filming us, but it doesn't really matter, okay? This is really for me the most important. Don't think that, oh my God, somebody is watching me, I might do it wrong, or this is not the idea, okay? The idea is really that you feel good with what you're doing, okay? So trust is very important here. Okay, so who knows some German? Okay, I think, let me see, I think we have more space on this side. So there's few people who know German, so you all go to this side.
People who know that side.
Oh no, wait, we do it the other way around because the slides are the other way around. So everybody who already knows German to this side, please, and all the others to that side. And you can also go to the back and this part here, and then everybody that already, what was your question? So wants to know a little bit. So basically, we have two exercises. We have one exercise for really A1 level, so well, let's say A0 if that exists. So not knowing anything. Where should you go? That's a good question. So this guy, he told me he doesn't know anything, but I think you should go here. Yeah, this is A2. So basically, why do you sit? Like what? Learn and burn, okay? Queimar. Okay, and you guys, I know for example, your level is already better. This is now A2 level. Obviously, we could theoretically do it for every level, but I didn't want to have on the screen like 8 levels or something. So I have just A1 and A2, so for some of you this might be too easy in terms of German, but it's the idea that counts, okay? Alright. First exercise. Walking lunges. What is that? Yes, walking lunges. Any idea? Okay, walking lunges is a basic. Yeah, come here. Alright, so what is walking lunges?
I'm not sure if this is the...
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think it's like going like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great job. Just one very, very short advice, okay? So when we do this, we also use our arms, okay? This is also what we did with the warm-up, this movement. And we will also do it with the arms, okay? And while you do this movement, just be careful with the position of your knee, okay? Your knee shouldn't be like this because then it would not be efficient, but it also shouldn't pass the toes, okay? Because this is not healthy for the knees, okay? So really try to have here 90 degrees, all right? So we do this, but before getting started, I just want to review a little bit because for you everything is new, and we will see a little bit the pronunciation here, okay? Okay, so for the beginner level, we have here a verb. What is always the most important verb in every language? The first verb that you learn. Oh yeah, I heard this joke about you guys in Brazil. This English is always to be learning in school, right? It's funny, yeah. So we do this when I was German, but more efficient, hopefully. And you guys have the same, but you already have the past tense, okay? Do you all know the past tense already? You do or you don't? You're learning right now, but he's gonna learn this in 5 seconds, I bet. You guys learned the past tense? Yeah, okay. Alright, then it's too easy for you, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's say you, Diego. Can you please read the first part of the word?
The first, be.
Perfect. So ich, and this is a little bit hard, the CH, we have 2 different sounds of the CH. And the ich, eo, is the most important, and it's a bit here. Ich. Ich. Perfect. So it's not ich or ish. Ich. Okay, try first this sound. Ich. Good. Sounds good so far. Perfect. Ich bin. Perfect. Next. John, can you read the next?
Du bist.
Du bist. Exactly. So here we have du bist. Then we have, what's your name? I can't see your name tag. Isabel.
Al.
Yeah.
Sie ist.
Okay, I think this is not the first time that you're saying German, right? You did it very good. Oh my god. So basically, when we have er, which would be he, right? Then we have, it sounds a little bit, so we don't pronounce the R in the end. It sounds a little bit like ea, okay? Then we have she, sie. And every time when you see in German, I-E, you don't pronounce the E in the end. It's like a long I, okay? Sie. You don't say sie, okay? Sie. And S, what is the S? It. Like in English, right? You guys don't have it in Portuguese, but what do you know, right? You don't. No. And ist. Ist. Okay? Next one. What's your name? Tatjana.
Wir sind.
Honestly, you guys are doing a great job with the pronunciation. So, wir, okay? Here it's not the English W. We won't say we're, okay? We say wir, okay? Wir sind. And the last one, sie sind. Sie is the same Z as she, but it's for ellos. Ellos is Spanish. Happens to me all the time. Okay, great. You guys are ready for your part? Let's just very briefly. Esteban, he just started German today with me a little bit. At least that's what he said. So let's see your pronunciation of the past tense.
Which one?
The right part.
The first?
Just go everything. Do it fast.
Ich war, du warst, sie, es war, wir waren, ihr wart, sie waren.
Any correction? No, that was perfect. Wow, really? Yeah, gosh, that was awesome. Great. Are you guys ready as well? Because I will help this group.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do the lunges, and every time we do a lunge, we say the word. Okay, in this case, the conjugation. Ready? Let's start. 1, 2, 3, go. Ich bin. Du bist. Sie, es ist. Wir sind. Ihr seid. Sie sind. Continue. I help you. Continue. Continue once more. Continue. is the way we conjugate the most important verb in German, okay? Usually when we do like the complete workout, we do usually like 15 minutes of warm up, and then we do a little bit of some like walking training, and then we do the exercises, and we do them even more. Okay, not only 28 times. Let's see a little bit. How would you say, without watching it, Diego, how would you say eu sou?
Ich bin.
Wow, great. Honestly, it sounds like it's easy. For you guys, it's easy because you already know it, right? But it's not easy to remember those things, and this workout really, really helps. Let's check here. You guys already knew it, right? Oh, well, I know that it's too easy for you. Esteban, how do you say you were in the singular you? Like, você era.
Du warst.
Wow, yay, good, perfect. Okay, you ready for the next exercise? Okay, so the verb to be, check. Not like in the school year in Brazil, okay? Here, this is really check, okay? Great. Next one would be, for you guys, we have the numbers. The numbers are a perfect training for the German pronunciation, okay? We will check this together here. And you guys, A2 level, what I've seen during the past 10 years is that at this level, the hardest part are the past participles and the irregular ones, right? So I still have people even in B1 or B2 levels that tell me like, ich bin gegangen, or something like this, right? It's irregular, okay? So we check this with you, but let's start here. It's the easier group. It's the easier group. It's not easy, actually. Okay, so let's see here. Can you read the first two numbers?
Eins.
Eins, perfect. So he did the correct. You remember this rule that I just told you? E-I is pronounced A-I. So eins, perfect.
Eins.
And the next?
Zwei.
Zwei. Okay, we have the same E-I pronounced as A-I. I, okay. And then we have the first letter. This is like a T-S. Zwei. Okay? Zwei. Sounds like a T-S. Zwei. Perfect. Enzo, let's go for the next one.
Drei.
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 Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay, great. So drei, three. And here we have the R, but I think for you guys it's easy because we won't say the English way dry, okay? We say drei. The R is here, okay? Isabel.
What?
Vier. Vier. Here we have the V sounds like an F, okay? Almost all the time, only with like very international words, it's not the case, but vier. And again, the ER sounds a bit like air. Vier, okay? Okay, this is a letter that you guys don't have, okay? The U is the two dots, and it's like the French U. So I know that many of you know French, so it's like U, fünf. Perfect, great. Next one. Sechs. Perfect. So here, it's important to pronounce the S in a softer way, because otherwise you guys would say sex, okay? And sex in German is the same as in English, okay? So sechs. Perfect. Next is sieben. Oh, perfect pronunciation, nothing to correct. And acht. Perfect. Here it's a little difficult because here we have the other CH sound. As I told you, the ich, eo is sh, yeah? And here we have acht. So it's more like Arabic, okay? Acht, perfect. Great. Okay, you guys are ready? Those guys are getting advice each other, I guess. Let's see, Rabik. Can you please read the first word?
Gegangen.
From which verb does it come?
Gehen.
Perfect. Next one.
Geflogen.
Which verb?
Fliegen.
Yeah, good.
Geblieben.
Which verb?
Bleiben.
Yeah, bleiben.
Genommen. Nehmen.
Good.
geholfen.
Which verb? Helfen. It's not helfen, it's helfen. Exactly. Good. Okay. Let's see here. Now we have ein trennbares Verb. Okay. Let's see.
Which one? Eingekauft. What should I say?
From which verb does it come from?
Einkaufen.
Perfect. Great. Okay. We thought we'd get you. This is the last one.
Umgezogen. Umziehen.
To change. When you change clothes, but also when you move from one house to the other. And the last one.
Herausgefunden.
Perfect pronunciation. And what do you think? From which verb does it come from?
I have no idea.
Herausfinden. So in this case, I think it would be. Do you know the numbers already or not? In German. It's like wow. You can choose if you want to. In this case, prefer the numbers to practice the numbers, then you can go that way. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ich fliege. Geblieben. Ich bleibe. Genommen.
What the fuck?
And then I stopped there.
Stop. Okay, well, you choose. You can stay here because those verbs are very important because they are very, very common and they're irregular in the past tense. Okay, the past participle is irregular. You guys train the numbers. What is the exercise? Wall sit. Guys, what is a wall sit?
It's like
Yes, yay, good. And here again, can you go down as well again? Perfect. So it's here again, it's important, watch out your knees, okay? Same rule as before, okay? Watch out your knees and try really, take your space and try to go down in 3 steps, okay? That's also better for the back. So go down 1, 2, and then you can see 3. Okay? Looks super easy, guys, but let's do it a couple of seconds, okay? Looks so easy. This is for beautiful legs, ladies. And guys. Beautiful legs. Okay. Yeah. So I'll look for your space here at the wall. There is still plenty of space there and in the back. And you guys are already tired? You guys are already tired. Okay. I see. Perfect. All right. Take your place. Perfect. And I start here with you guys, but same here, okay? We do it 3 times, so 24, okay? And you just count through it, okay? We start here with you. I will not count with the microphone with you guys because this is going to disturb them, okay? Okay, you ready? Yeah, what's going on? Okay, well, okay, this is an excuse, but okay. I understand. Let me see, what other exercise could you do? You could, you want to do some sit-ups? Meanwhile, sit-ups? Sit-ups is this. So you go down, and you can choose. You can just do it that way, because then you don't need to go down. That's always good. Okay? Alright, so let's start. I won't count with the microphone. 1, 2, 3.
Go down.
You go together, all at the same time. Ready to go down? 1, 2, 1, 2, you go down. You all, okay, perfect. Perfect position, you guys, perfect position. Okay, you guys repeat your words twice more, and you guys as well, twice more. Let's go. Everybody, how do you feel? Okay, let's make a little exercise with you. No, this is not gonna, okay, just tell me 1, 2.
Eins, zwei.
Yeah, good. 1, 2. Okay, let's see, Diego. Can you tell me 7 and 8?
Arch.
Wow! Yeah, very, very, very well done. Oh, okay, we had you already. You are too advanced. Oh, somebody made a mistake with that. No, don't watch. Okay, your name is Italo? Okay, Italo. What is the past participle of helfen?
Hilfe.
Something was gay.
Gehelfen.
Helfen. Okay, didn't work out. Let's give him another chance. What is the past participle of fliegen?
Geflogen.
Geflogen. Perfect. Great job. Let's see here. Ravik. What is the past participle of einkaufen?
Eingekauft.
Yay! Good job. Perfect. Okay, so those trainings are very important and it helps us really a lot to remember it. And people who did it several times already in this training, they say like, oh my god, now I remember when I think about a word and then I remember my steps doing this. And this way I remember the words and that's perfect. Last exercise, okay? Last exercise. Planks.
Nossa.
Yeah, come here. Saulo, obrigada, Saulo, obrigada, muito obrigada. Perfect.
Esse é difícil.
All right, okay, so what are planks? Exactly, and we try to have one line here, okay? Perfect. This is really, really good for the six-pack, guys. And I give you an option. Yeah, you can stand up because you will need your force, okay? You will need your strength. You can stand up. You can get up. And you also have the choice. If this is too much for you, because it's actually really a hard exercise, do it like this, okay? Do it with a chair, maybe. It could help you, or even with a table.
Just do it like this, okay? And it's easier. It's also good.
It's really good as well, but it's just easier, okay? So, I will go down with you and I will stop the time this time. So let's stop the time. Oh no, first we need to see the words, obviously. Okay, so here, these are very useful phrases. Aline, can you read the first two? Hello?
Good.
Hello. Hello.
The next one.
Okay, this letter is new for you, of course. So this letter that you don't have is like a Spanish S, or like same as for English S. So when you say the name Sarah, this is this S. Okay, great. Ich heiße Anja. Good. Okay, ich heiße Anja.
John, next one.
Ich wohne in Mexiko. Ja? Brasilien. Gut. Brasilien. Ich wohne in Brasilien. Sehr gut. Nein. What does this mean? No, exactly. Nein. Yeah. What is this? Yes. Good. Danke. You understand this, right? Bitte. Bitte. What is bitte? True. Bitte can be when somebody says danke, then you can say bitte. Okay? So like por nada, right? So you're welcome. And you can also say por favor. Okay? Both. Tatjana. Choose. Not yet, okay? But yeah. Okay, choose. Okay, so here we have the U sound again. And for you guys, I have looked up some very important things. Juliana, who's getting tired, can you read those?
Einen Moment bitte.
Easy to understand, right? For you? Okay.
Ich vermisse dich.
Easy for you? I miss you. Good.
Wo ist die Toilette? Links, rechts, oben, unten.
What is oben, unten?
On, over and under.
Yeah, and also upstairs and downstairs. Because when people learn to ask, wo ist die Toilette? And then usually people say it's unten when you're in a restaurant, and then people are like, what the fuck, what is this, right? Unten, okay?
Das war ein Witz.
What does this mean?
This was a joke.
Yeah, and this one, culture-wise, is very important because we often don't get each other's jokes, right? And whenever you make a joke, and us Germans, we might not be that funny, and we might not understand the joke. So whenever you see like this face, like what, right? Then you can just say, das war ein Witz, okay? That's very, very important, okay? Because then everybody would say, ah, okay, good, just a joke, okay? Okay, so choose your chair, choose your whatever you prefer. We will do it down here all together. And I will count one with you and one with you. And we will do 60 seconds in total. Okay, 60 seconds. Okay, great. Are you ready? So we count in 3, 2, 1, go! You can do it, guys. I want them. You can do it. 1 minute. It's not 1 minute. Good. Great. 40 seconds left. No, just kidding. No. Continue. Still living. Still. Good. 5, 4, 3, I got this. 2, 1, stop. Okay, great. That was a good job. Thank you. Let's see. I have to ask you, Sally. I didn't ask you. So how do you say, my name is?
Ich heiße Saul.
Ich heiße. Perfect. Great. How do you say no?
Nein.
Oh, good. John, no. How do you say thank you?
Danke.
Yeah, good. He was like, danke, yeah. Okay, Juliana, how do you say upstairs?
Oben.
Good. And how do you say, James? That was a joke.
Das war ein Witz.
Yeah, okay. All right. You can sit down now if you want. I just want a few comments from you, and yeah, I would just like to thank you as well for participating, because it's not everybody who would like to participate, but I promise you, if you do it really on a regular basis, it's amazing when you see the results. Not only your body, but also how you feel and how you exercise and the way you learn. I will go back to one slide because I thought we didn't have time, but we will have time very briefly to explain this. This one here, the white part, the graphic is, these are results from a study published by the New York Times last year, I think. And they did kind of the same experiment. They did it with Chinese in China, with Chinese people learning English. So the white one, when you see here, this S1, 2, this is the weeks, and then you see the percentage of correct words, okay? And so as you can see, the white ones were the ones not exercising and just learning the vocabulary the way that you're maybe, well, used to learn it, right? Sitting at a desk and like, oh, right? And like not really exercising. And the black ones are the ones that did it while exercising, okay? Riding a bicycle and repeating the words. Yeah, basically that is the way. And you see the results, even after 2 months, the results were still better, and it's almost 90% of correct words, while the group that didn't exercise is barely at 60-something%, okay? So you see really better results. I did it myself. I tried it with some students as well in Mexico. Some who like didn't work out and some who worked out, and I can tell the ones who did it with exercise always had better results. There was not one single exception until now. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. It doesn't mean that you know or you remember every word by just doing one exercise. No, obviously, perseverance again, right? But it's actually really a great feeling. Yeah, I would like to thank you for your attention and tell you as well that we're currently working on videos to publish them on YouTube. So here you can find my Instagram account where we'll start publishing them as well, and then we will have a YouTube channel that is not yet defined, but obviously something with Burn and Learn. And in case, so we will have this newsletter, in case you're interested in being one of the first ones receiving official information, you can just text me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you prefer. Send me your email address and I will put you on the list, okay? So we will send out the information very soon. Yeah, thank you very much everybody for your attention. Muito obrigada. And yeah, I hope you really enjoyed the program. And now, comments, questions, I think we have maybe 5 more minutes there, yeah?
First of all, congratulations on your method. It's really fun, and I think it works really. And I wanted to ask something that I forgot to ask at the beginning. What does ALOA stands for?
Oh, I like this question, thank you. Thanks for asking. So, Zaloa, as you know now in German, how do we pronounce this? How would we pronounce Zaloa in German? Zaloa, exactly, so TS. And the original way of writing it is actually TS, and it comes from Nahuatl, the indigenous language that I'm studying right now, and it means to learn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you do this as a learning method, and how do you do this?
Good question. So how do we do this? I don't believe, so my initial idea was doing an app out of this, okay? And as I went to Germany this June, and I was looking for like investments and different things, and I realized very quickly that it's just too expensive to start right away with an app, because it's not only about building an app, it's also like updating it, and Android and iPhone, and I don't know. So we will start this with videos for free on YouTube with like small exercises showing like let's say planks and then one category, and you can like filter the exercises by like different levels, right? And in the end we will have like complete workout programs that you can book as well. And we do a lot of events everywhere around the world, basically. This is the idea. We have tried it now in Mexico, in Canada, and a couple of European countries. And first time now in Brazil. That was the first time. You're the first Brazilians trying it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and the idea is really to have a complete workout that you can book, which is between 60 and 90 minutes, depends a little bit. And yeah, and hopefully one day an app, but it's not on the short term. Oh, you asked actually. I'm looking at you, but you asked the question. Sorry. It's not on the short term list of what we want to do, but it's a lot of work to even prepare all the videos and content, and yeah, but we're extremely excited. Okay, yeah. So we do this in addition to classes. As for many apps, I like using different apps, and I tried very different apps already in my life. I don't believe that just with Learn and Burn you can learn a language. I don't believe this. I don't believe that just by using Duolingo or any other app that you can... Exactly, thank you. So you do it in addition to something. And this is the great thing, because for me, personally, the way or the key for learning a language is to speak it. And to not only speak words, but to speak a whole sentence and build sentence. And this is for me like working with natives and listening to the pronunciation of natives, for example. This is for me the key, and still the most important. This is why we still continue with what we do at Zaloa Languages, but it's just a fun way to practice, because even my students, they usually take classes twice per week, so we have groups twice per week, And when you really want to learn a language, twice per week is not enough. So you need to study anyway at home. Exactly. So it could be part of the homework. It could be just part of your free time activities. And I really believe also, so when I've met different polyglots from all over the world, and obviously then we get to talk a lot about languages, and when I ask them, and yeah, I feel like a lot of people who are really into languages are into languages so they take care of their brain activity, but they don't take, or not, I don't want to generalize, but very often they don't take care of their body, of their body well-being, and this is also very important to be good with yourself, right? If you want to feel good in life in general, to have like mental health and body health as well. Yeah. Balance. So yeah, this is an additional part.
Anja, I have a question. You mentioned that a good method to learn and improve your language is when you learn that or speak with native speakers. But in a country like Brazil, a big country, sometimes we don't have a native speaker who we can talk with, you know. And what do you think? Do you think that with people, if people meet together to speak other languages and trying to learn with each other, would be a good method? Or because, for example, here in Fortaleza we have the Polyglot Club. I can talk in English with other foreigners that are not native speakers. Sometimes I can talk with native speakers, but some other times they don't show up. And I can talk in English with German people, with Mexican, French, and what do you think about that? Because sometimes it's hard to find someone who is native in that language, you know?
Thank you for the question. Okay, so this is me personally, okay? This is me, Anja from Alemania. I learn with native speakers, and this is why I built Zaloa languages based on this, because I believe that this is the best, but this is me, okay? Now, obviously, it happens that you don't have a native speaker. Right now, for example, I had a native speaker of Swedish last year, and I don't have it right now. Okay, perfect excuse to not continue, right? As always in life. But 2018, internet. There is always native speakers out there. And there is always people who want to learn. I mean, you can take classes. For me, for example, I take classes myself and I pay for my own classes because this gives me the motivation as well. When I paid for something, I stick to that. Well, when I do like just a language exchange, I'm like, oh my God, I have so much work, I can't go today. But when I paid for something and when I have really a commitment with my teacher, then I go to the class as well. But again, this is just me. Now, back to your question. I mean, there is internet when there is no native speakers. I really, really find the idea of having those polyglot clubs and in general get-togethers and talking in different languages amazing, and I do it also myself. I think it's for example, when you talk to French or Germans in English, this is real life. I mean, you might be in a business situation where you have to talk English and you have to understand the German accent when they speak, or the French accent, right? Which is sometimes hard to understand when they speak English. So this is just part of reality. I think that now for you, for your own pronunciation, it's always good to really be with native speakers and native speakers who also correct you. This is why I take classes, because I know that almost nobody is going to correct me if I don't pay for it, right? They are just like, oh yeah, she's making a mistake, but it doesn't matter. I want to learn, right? So you can always correct me. Yeah, and I really believe it's still a very good way. I still do it, for example, with, so I have this group when I've learned with 3 others Portuguese, and they were all Mexicans, and I knew that sometimes their vocabulary was better just because they know Spanish better than I do. And yeah, and when I was listening to them, sometimes I've learned as well. And I've also realized the Mexican accent when they speak Portuguese. And I realized that I have a different accent, that I don't have a Mexican accent. I still have a German accent when I speak any language. Yeah, so I think it's still a very good opportunity to do it and to practice.
Some people say that there is a group of the words and the sentence in English that usually foreigners speak, you know, and they call that like English as a lingua franca, you know.
Okay.
And I sometimes I feel like that when I talk with other foreigners who are not native speaker, you know, because I can understand them better than a native speaker sometimes.
Yeah, very often the case.
Thanks for this comment. This is very often the case. It happens to me as well. When a foreigner speaks to me in any other language, I usually understand them better. But again, this is also why it's important. I've seen it quite a lot when, for example, many Mexicans who were at other schools before, and they are used to listen to German when a Mexican speaks German, right? And so once I start talking to them, they're like, what, right? So this is also why I see the difference of those students who really start with us and just working with native teachers. And then there is also, you know, like, for example, what was the name of the girl that we had yesterday, your German teacher? Yeah. She is Brazilian, but her German is really like I mean, she has lived for, I don't know, so many years. And yeah, I think there's maybe a slightly tiny little accent, but no, to me, her German was like a native German, and that's basically then the same. It doesn't matter what nationality you have in the end. And still, the most important is not to look for excuses, not to say, oh, I don't have a native speaker here, so I don't practice the language. No, do whatever you can. Now, this is the most important, and find your own methods and your own ways, and never give up. And perseverance, again, very, very important, because we are all really able to learn the languages. Yeah, it's just a matter of, it's just a question of like how much time it takes and how motivated we stay usually, you know. Okay, any other question? I think we're also running out of time, but you can also ask me later if you want. And yeah, thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very, very much, Anja. It was great to see so many people speaking German and making exercises at the same time.
So